morning. So I'm going to teach you how to do a hypopressive, and then we're going to do a little sequence and we're going to work out on the floor because on the floor it's a lot safer when you start exercising and doing this training, because the actual effect that we want is to use the power of our diaphragm in the vacuums to extend our body and relieve pressure. So with that potential, because there's a lot to focus on, and I'll be talking you through this, and then we'll do a little bit of a training. So we'll go through each posture, and I'll explain it into detail so that you can follow it, and then I'd like you to actually try it on your own and see how you go. Like I said, first of all, one thing that is very important to keep in mind is for the diaphragm and the vacuum to have more power. It's very important that you learn to disconnect your abs. So try not to use them. And one of the first things that's important to keep in mind in this kind of method, this kind of training, is to try and when you do lower yourself down onto the ground, to not use your abdominal muscles. And the easiest way to actually do this is to just roll onto your side and then onto your back. So let's go. So I roll onto my side and then I roll onto my back. Right. So I haven't used my abs at all. I'm pretty relaxed. So you can just leave your feet kind of hip width apart. If you're not sure if you have it too close, then just spread your feet, and that should be more or less hip width, okay? And your knees, be careful that they don't go in or that they're resting out, that they more or less, that they feel in place with where your feet are going, and try and lift your arches a little bit, because a lot of people, our legs will go in. So I try and lift my arches just a little bit, and it's just literally the inside of your foot going up. I'm sure you can see that. Okay. So from here, I'm going to make sure that I'm not actually collapsing with my lower back, so I can actually push my hands in there quite comfortably, and I can feel that little natural hollow that's there. And that's important that you have that hollow in your back, because it actually has your ribs extend up. Okay? So it actually creates a lot more space in your abdominal area and the whole core area. So we want that natural curvature. If you're flattening your back, then kind of move your bum a little bit. That's my trick to loosen up a little bit. Okay, so from here I can feel that I have my ribs are quite loose, my thorax are quite relaxed. So from here I'm just going to take it easy. I'm going to relax. I'm going to move to the side so you guys can see me a lot better. Okay, good. So from here, let's try and concentrate on how our ribcage are doing. And I almost always, with all the initiation classes that I teach, I do the same thing, because it's very important that we realize where we're breathing in this kind of training. So I know a lot of in the yoga method, and I do practice yoga myself, where it's supposed to breathe down to the belly. So there's a lot of focus on pushing the diaphragm down, which is good for that practice, but what we're trying to do here is expand our thorax. So I'd like you to actually concentrate on breathing outwards, so having your actually putting your hands here. Try and press against your hands with your rib cage when you breathe in. So we're going to do that a couple of times, which is a couple of these breaths are pretty good to warm up your diaphragm. Now, another thing to keep in mind is to have your head straight up, so fix onto a point in the ceiling and try and actually extend. Now, if you grab your hair right on top of your head, not by the front of your head, but right in the middle of your head, like where your ears meet, if you grab your hair there and pull it up, that's how I do it with myself. I grab myself grab yourself by that hand and then pull yourself in the opposite direction, and try and do that with your head the whole time, which will actually have you extend your chest up to your nose if you try and do that with only your head and not your hand. Right, let's do a couple of breaths. So I'm going to breathe in approximately 4 counts through our noses, and then when we breathe out, we open our jaw, relax the jaw, and instead of actually pouting your lips, make as if you want to draw a smiley face in the window. So just, and it's a lot more relaxing, letting the air flow out very slowly. Okay, so let's go. Breathe in and out, and then deep, deep, deep breaths to the full capacity. Hold it for a second, breathe out, another one in, feel the pressure, hold for a second, and out. Good. Now put your hand on your chest, and the other hand will go the other way around so you can see it. I'm never on my mat. I'm going to go more sideways so you can see it a little bit better, okay? So keep your hands like where the separation of your rib cage are, so you can actually feel the movement. So now we're going to do double purpose. You're going to try and lift your sternum up, breathing in, like I just did now, and separate to the side. So try and concentrate on that, and if you need to close your eyes to concentrate, now's the time to do it. Okay, so look up again, extend your head, in, hold, and out, and in, hold, and out, open mouth, again in, hold, and out. Great. Okay, now you've warmed up enough. The diaphragm has moved quite enough, so we can start working on the diaphragm. So what I would like you to do now is breathe in like we did before, up to your maximum. Try and extend with your thorax to the sides, rib cage, and then hold for a second. Feel that pressure building up, and try and actually have the pressure build up on your chest. And then when we breathe out, allow the breath to kind of wrap over your bottom lip as you feel the hot air coming out. And then when you have almost no air, you'll feel that the air is not flowing out anymore. Then just close the airways, and then do a false inhalation. So you're trying to breathe in, but you're closing your airways. You're not allowing yourself to breathe in. And then you'll feel first how your abdomen is going to fall to the floor, and then how you try to do the false inhalation, which is the vacuum. Actually, let's break this down. Let's first do it where your abdomen just falls into the floor, so you can get that sensation of it's okay to be without oxygen, and just hold it there for a couple of seconds and enjoy it. Feel your heartbeat, because normally you can feel your heartbeat pounding a lot more, a lot harder, not faster, but you can feel it, notice it a lot more. Okay, let's go. Breathe in and out. Close your airways. And I'm sure you can see how everything can just kind of relax down. Okay? Now let's do the same thing, and then we try and do a suction. Now if you have a problem with closing your airways, pinch your nose. That guaranteed is going to work. Okay? So let's do that again. You can keep your hands where you want. If you want to keep it here, I'm going to keep it here so you can see. But if you want to keep it here, that's a good thing. I actually prefer you to keep your hands here so you can feel what's happening, because you're not going to see yourself unless you have a mirror at the top. Okay, so let's go. Stand with your head, reach up to the side. Your hands here, my hands here. Breathe in again through your nose. Maximum. Expand your chest, feel the pressure, and then let the air flow out over your bottom lip until there's no more air flowing out. Close your airways. Feels good, doesn't it? Okay, so let's do that another time, but this time, you with your hands here, I'm going to show you how to do it, and you're actually going to massage the inside of your rib cage, relaxing the diaphragm and helping it to release. Don't go too hard. If you have a sore spot, just notice it, stay there, and just think, help it to release consciously, tell it to release, and then just carry on massaging, loosening up. You can actually grab onto both sides. Okay, so let's go. Again, stand with your head, breathe in, full capacity, hold, breathe out, open mouth, drop your jaw, close your airways. Don't worry if you can't hold it too long. It's perfectly fine. Don't force it. If you need to breathe in, just breathe in. It will come with time that you relax into it. And the longer we do intermittent vacuums, the easier it gets at the end of the session. So let's do another one. If you haven't been able to massage it, do slow movements. Let's not try and force it too much, but try and just notice and really feel what's going on there. Okay? Again, another one. Breathe in, full capacity, and slowly let the air flow out. Close your airways. Vacuum. It does feel good. Okay, so now your diaphragm is pretty warmed up, and now we can actually do like a short little session with a couple of postures.